Hello everybody from the Snap in New York team. A lot of you have asked us to speak a bit and describe what we see during our walks, and so we are. As you can see, we are now on the 5th Avenue and we are going to have a really nice walk in the center of Manhattan. So we will visit St. Patrick Cathedral, the Rockefeller Center, Radio City Music Hall, the Plaza Hotel and Tiffany. So let's walk together with us to discover a bit more of this amazing city. So we are now walking on the 5th Avenue, as you can see. This is the beautiful 5th Avenue and we are really in the center of Manhattan. So we are crossing the 49th Street. If we walk here on the left, we will arrive in Times Square in about 10 to 15 minutes. But for the moment we stay here on the 5th Avenue and we will visit the first St. Patrick Cathedral. You see? In this direction there is the Rockefeller Center that we will visit in a few minutes. This is St. Patrick Cathedral. This church, so amazing, so beautiful, in the middle of a city, in the middle of skyscraper, there is this amazing church, and this is really unique. A few days ago we posted a video inside the church, so if you visit New York City you should also visit inside St. Patrick Cathedral. Let's check if it's open and maybe we can enter also, but I think at this time of the day it's closed. No, it looks open, so we can give it a try. So this is St. Patrick Cathedral. We are on the 5th Avenue, crossing 49th Street. In this direction there is a Central Park, and in this direction, south, there is the Empire State Building, that I believe we can even see it from here. Look at it. So if we are here and we zoom a bit, you see the building that you see behind there? That's the Empire State Building. Last night we did a live video from one of the most beautiful rooftops in New York, that is the 235th. And the Empire State Building was all in red and was amazing. So you see, we are right in front of St. Patrick Cathedral. This is the famous statue. And now we will try to enter the church. Okay, next time. So we were just inside the St. Patrick Cathedral. I hope you enjoyed the view. We didn't walk inside the church too much, not to disturb the celebration that was going on in that moment. But now I will bring you to see another beautiful building in the city, that is the Rockefeller Center, also known as the Top of the Rock. So the Top of the Rock is, after the Empire State Building, another extremely important platform. So basically you can go up and have an amazing view of the city. Let us give you a little advice based on our experience. So if you visit New York City for the first time, our advice is that you go on top of the rock, that is this building here. You see? This is the Rockefeller Center. Our suggestion is that you visit that during the day. Why? Because when you are on top of the rock and you face north, you will see in an amazing way Central Park. And if you visit the top of the rock at night, Central Park will be just a black spot. So the best way to take amazing pictures is to visit the top of the rock during the day. And then if you want to have a view on the city at night, then our suggestion is to visit that from the Empire State Building. So if you want to follow Snappy New York advice, visit the top of the rock during the day and the Empire State Building at night. So you can see here we are right in front of the top of the rock of the Rockefeller Center. This is this amazing and tall skyscraper, and there are really beautiful flowers, really beautiful fountains. This is something really, really nice. Here, just a few days ago, a few weeks ago, there was one of the most famous ice skating rings in the city, and this has been replaced in the past weeks with a bar. Ice skating at the Rockefeller Center is quite expensive for sure. I don't remember exactly the price, but I believe that in high season, so during the Christmas holiday, it costs around $45 to enter the ring, plus renting the skates. So this is quite expensive. If you want to choose an alternative solution, a bit cheaper but also really, really nice, what we suggest is to go to Bryant Park. They also have an amazing ice skating rink, and their skating in Bryant Park is completely free. You just need to pay to rent the skates, and I believe they cost around $20 for the ice skating session. So that's more feasible, and also the view of the city in Bryant Park is really beautiful. So you see, here we are on the Rockefeller Center. This is the famous gold statue that is here, and this is the top of the rock, the real building. So when you will visit the Rockefeller Center and the top of the rock, you need to go in this direction. So this is not the real entrance to go on the top of the rock, but you need to walk a bit on the side. Okay, so now here we are on the 50th Street. Okay, and we are walking in the direction of the 6th Avenue. So before we were on the 5th Avenue, and now we are walking in the direction of the 6th Avenue on the 50th Street. So you see there are some shops, and at the end of this street, when we cross the 6th Avenue, you will see another beautiful and important landmark of the city that already you can see it a bit from here. This is the Radio City Music Hall. But first, let me show you one thing. So basically, you see, here they say observation deck. Okay, they say observation deck, and this is the place where you can enter to visit the Rockefeller Center. It's open from 8 a.m. until midnight. Okay, and this is one of the things that we for sure suggest the most to visit during your stay in New York. You see, there are some screens that show you what is the view of the city from up the Rockefeller Center. You see, as we said, you can see Central Park from this, and this is a difference from the Empire State Building, because if you go up on the Empire State Building, you cannot see Central Park because there is the Rockefeller Center in between and other buildings. From the Rockefeller Center, you can see Central Park facing north, and you can take amazing picture on the Empire State Building facing south. On the other side, the Empire State Building has also an amazing view, and you can face all the sides of the city. So here now we are in front of another important landmark of the city, that is Radio City Music Hall, famous especially during winter for its shows, but there are also important singers that they come here to have a concert. If you are Italian and you're following us from Italy, you must know that the group named Il Volo was here on March 23rd, if I'm right. And I believe it was really a success. So this is the 6th Avenue. Okay. This is another amazing and big avenue, and is also known as Avenues of America. So when you hear the name Avenue of Americas, that's also the 6th Avenue. The 5th Avenue on the other side is just 5th Avenue. It doesn't have a second name. So now we will walk a bit together here. Okay, on the 6th Avenue. We will turn right at the next block. And we will go back on the 5th Avenue because we want to show you other important landmarks on that avenue. Like some of the most important clothes brands, Armani, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana and so on, but also the Trump Tower and Tiffany. And we will finish our live video in front of the Plaza Hotel. Okay, so now we are walking on the 51st Street and we are going east. We are going back to the 5th Avenue. Okay, as you can see, there is some traffic in the city. When you will visit New York for the very first time, you will be amazed by one thing. I mean, you will be amazed by a lot of things, but among those, one in particular also, that are those trucks here. They are so big, you see. And in the European cities where we are from, those type of trucks usually are not really allowed to enter the center of the city, but here you will see them really often. During this live video we are also trying to explain you a bit more how to orientate in the city, because if you visit New York for the very first time, it might be not so easy, and this is true because it's really a big city, but at the same time you must know that the plans of the city is really, really clear. So there are streets and there are avenues, if you are going north, and going north means going from, for example, Times Square to Central Park, then the number of the streets will increase. Just to give you an example, Times Square is more or less at the level of the 47th street, and Central Park is around the 60th street. On the other way, if you're going downtown, meaning if you walk in the direction of the One World Observatory and the Statue of Liberty, the number of the streets is going down. There is just a little complication in this, and this is the fact that the number of streets will end when you arrive at the West Village. So when you arrive at the West Village, basically around the place where we took the video yesterday morning, in Paris Street, there will be not anymore streets with numbers, but with names in the European style, okay? But at the same time, if you have Google Maps or if you have a normal map, I believe you will have no problems to orientate in the city. So as you can see, now we are back on the 5th Avenue. This is again the amazing St. Patrick Cathedral that I believe a lot of you love. And now we will have a little walk direction north, as we said. So we are going direction Central Park. And we will show you some of the most important shops, of course, because also this is part of your visit in New York. So we start from Victoria's Secret, here, really next to St. Patrick Cathedral. On my right, we have the shop of Versace. And while we are walking, I also take opportunity to tell you a bit more of Snap in New York, because maybe not all of you know everything about our story. So we would like really to thank all of you, because our page started its activities only 4 months ago. It was exactly the 11th January 2017 when we decided to create a page that speaks about New York, because we have this opportunity of living in New York City. And so we said, why don't we speak about this amazing city? At the beginning, considering that the team of Snap in New York at the beginning was 100% Italian, the page was named in a different way. That was Scatto a New York. Scatto in Italian means snap, means click, like to take a picture. And we attracted a lot of Italian people. On a second stage, when we saw a lot of international and foreigner people coming in our page, we wanted to give to the page more an international view. That's why we decided to change the name to Snap in New York, but we kept the same strategy, the same type of contents of the page that was before. I think that Snap in New York is beating a lot of records, because it was exactly 4 months ago that we started our activities, and we already reached, today we will reach 150,000 followers. If we continue in this way, at the end of the financial year 2017, we will reach more or less 500,000 followers, and this is really incredible for a page that started its activities in one year. And I believe that the most strong point of this page is the fact that we let New York to speak. So this is the very first time that we are having a live video speaking to you guys, but we are doing this just to give you a bit more of information about the city and to help you to orientate a bit more when you will come to visit New York. But the protagonist of the page is really New York City, and is you that you love New York like we do. So I spent few minutes just to say really thank you to all of you for all what you are doing on this page, for all the comments and the fact that you are sharing our post, our video all the time. If we are so good and so strong, it's just because of you. So thank you. Let's continue walking a bit, okay? So we are always on the Fifth Avenue. While I was talking, I think you saw some nice shops here and there. Look at this one on the right. So we have Armani. Let me zoom a bit, okay? So we have Armani, Fifth Avenue here in front of us, and next to Armani there is Dolce & Gabbana. Two really important Italian brands. And being an Italian, I'm honestly really proud of this, because having shops right in the center of New York City, in the center of the world, is really something to be proud of. And next to that, so there is Dolce & Gabbana, there is Armani, and there is Gucci. So three of the most important Italian brands. Next to that, there is the famous Trump Tower. When Donald Trump is in the city, you will see a lot of trucks and a lot of police right in front of the tower. Okay? This is not the only Trump Tower in the city. There are plenty of Trump Towers. There is one on Central Park West. There is one big one in Wall Street. They all are characterized by one thing, that is the black color of its window. So if you see a big, tall, black tower, black building, most probably that's a Trump Tower. And this is one of the symbols of New York, because of the movie, because of a lot of things. But people love Tiffany. It's of course really expensive, but if you want to enter in Tiffany just to have a walk or to bring home a little present, that's for sure something that could not be more typical of New York, to buy a present from Tiffany on the Fifth Avenue. Let's continue walking. So here we have Louis Vuitton. Voila. Another little note while we are waiting for the green to come and we can cross. On our page we speak different languages, so if you have questions you can send us a message in English, you can contact us in Italian, but you can also contact us in French and in German. So we have a team that speaks all the most important languages from Europe and from the US. So in case you have any question and you are visiting, for example, New York for the first time, and you have something that you would like to know, you can just send us a message in your mother language, and we will do our best to answer as soon as possible. So let's continue walking on the Fifth Avenue. Really amazing. Let's look at a bit in this direction, in direction south. Okay. And we are almost there at the end of our walk. So soon we will face on the left the Plaza Hotel. Really one of the most important and famous hotels in New York City. Yesterday or the day before we took a picture of the Plaza Hotel, then we went online to check a bit how are the prices for one night in the Plaza, The cheapest room starts at $600, and then you can have also some suite around $4,000 per one night. Here it is, amazing, beautiful Plaza Hotel. Imagine if you're facing with your room north, meaning in this direction here, okay? You will face Central Park, and the view must be really amazing. Here on the right side, you will see the famous Apple store, where they're doing some work. Here was the famous Apple Cube that at the moment is under restoration. But I believe that considering the fact that everything moves really fast in New York City, the works will be done really soon. So you see how busy is the Fifth Avenue with the yellow cabs. You see how many yellow cabs there are in the city. It's really incredible. I believe that if we consider the number of cabs and the number of Uber and other services similar to Uber, there are like 80 or 90% of the cars are covered by this in the city. As you can see, like already 50% or more of the cars are like taxi, and the remaining ones are like Uber. As you can see, these guys, that they all have a stamp on their window. So this is the Plaza Hotel. Really beautiful Plaza Hotel, okay? And this is another building that you can see from here. Many of you, I know that you don't like this. This is the 432 Park Avenue. It's a really recent building, was built a few years ago, and is really tall, okay? It's the second tallest building in New York City, after the One World Trade Center and before the Empire State Building. Many people don't like it because they say that it kills the skyscraper, the skyline of New York. We are not really against that. We find it quite interesting and innovative, for sure. And is not also that is not a rooftop, so don't think that you can go up and visit the 432 Park Avenue. That again I will show you again from this perspective, because they are just apartments, okay? They are just apartments, extremely expensive apartment. A few days ago we posted a picture with a view from one of the bathroom of this building. So there is still a suite, a big apartment available. I believe it's like on the 90 floor, and it costs around $85 million, one big apartment like that. So for sure, only few people in the world can afford that. We are now at the end of this walk. It was really amazing to walk with you. I saw that we got really a lot of comments, and this Facebook is telling me that this is the most liked live video ever. So really thank you. When you visit Central Park, you can also visit the Plaza Food Hall. Before closing the video, it's underground, and there are a lot of really nice places where you can eat. I want to close this live video with a view of the extremely romantic and extremely beautiful Central Park. So stay with us for another couple of minutes. You see there are limousines going around the city. So now we will cross this street. We are not crossing it from a light, so we need to pay attention. We were telling you before there is another Trump Tower that is in that direction. Okay? So let's just wait that we find the opportunity to cross the street, and then we will face this beauty, and we will close the video showing you the entrance of Central Park South. Okay, I believe that now we can cross the street. You see this guy rented a city bike. You can also do the same while you are visiting. Look how beautiful is the view from here. I believe it might be closed. Is closed? No, here is closed. I don't know why. There is the police, but we can maybe try. It's really close everything from here. Let me just do like that. Can you see? This is the entrance of Central Park South. Look at the famous bridge down there and this beautiful lake. Really, really nice. So with this, it ends our live video of today. Thank you very much, all of you, for following us. We will do our other live video in the next hours. Usually, just to give you a little bit of planning, so we do a live video during lunchtime, meaning around 12 p.m., 1 p.m. New York City time. And then sometimes we do also a live video in the evening. So last night we went on top of the 235th rooftop, and tonight we plan to have a walk in Times Square. We understand that many of you sleep when we take live videos in the night, but you can watch them in the morning when you wake up. I think it's a really nice awakening. So thank you everybody for watching this video, this live feed, and for following Snap in New York. If you would like to share this video with your friends and invite them on our page, we will be more than happy, so you will help us to grow every day more and more. Thank you so much, and have a great day from this beautiful, sunny New York City. Take care.